Yeah, I think.
513, Friday, May 17th. What is this, 99-5?
6? I think it's 99-6. Because I was saying...
I think you're right.
I was a day behind the last time, or a point behind that, huh?
99-6. You are correct. And these comments are from published May 16th, 2019. Now, you have comments awaiting your approval. Every time I go look, it says that there's 25 that are likely spam, and I don't ever see them. Sometimes
you don't ever see the spam?
It only shows me like one. Sean Ryan is 10 times the beast I am. I also don't particularly care if he did shoot Keanu Reeves in the face, whoever the fuck that is, John G says.
He wouldn't be shooting Keanu Reeves, he'd be shooting John Wick, and everybody knows that if Sean Ryan shot Keanu Reeves in the face, it would do nothing because Keanu Reeves is the undead.
That's right.
So
it would distort his head a little bit.
Yeah, it wouldn't do anything. He's the undead.
Proof. Look up.
Have you seen his motorcycles?
Look up. No. Look up. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, maybe I have.
His motorcycles are pretty bitchin'.
Look up Jay-Z Time Traveler. Or Keanu Reeves Time Traveler.
Up Keanu Reeves. That motherfucker was in the Civil War.
Isn't the other one... who's the short guy?
Kevin Hart?
No. Played the Mummy. Mission Impossible.
Oh, Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
I believe Keanu Reeves bit Tom Cruise when he was during the Top Gun time frame, and that's why Tom Cruise will live forever.
On the penises?
Maybe. I don't know how they do it.
So, I'm going to go see John Wick this weekend.
Oh, it came out?
It's out. It's been out. People are talking about it pretty highly.
Of course. He's going to run around and kill everybody.
Never shared a single thing before, but you get the honors of being the first. Laugh out loud. Hope it helps. Thanks again. Josh Major. That's all we ask, man. Like, that's all we ask. A lot of times dudes are like, if I could afford your stuff, I'd buy it, or I don't have a need for it, or I'm buying it and now I'm homeless. Like, all we ask is that if you're listening to the podcast, if you get entertainment, if you get education, whatever it is, that you can't buy stuff from us, man, just tell somebody. That's all we ask. That's it. And thank you for sharing it.
Yeah, comment.
Ignore the Bowling Green sushi comment, John. The best is in Lexington. There is no goddamn fucking good sushi anywhere in Kentucky. The best is in Lex. Yes, it's stupid expensive, but the guys and gals make it in front of you, barely speak English, laugh out loud. It's like a little sushi and sake bar, but high-class cats. I like going there in holey jeans and coal-covered shirt. Haha, they hate me, but I leave a nice tip and am much nicer to the workers than the other snobby dicks that blow money there. Sorry I got on a rant. Haha, it's great. Let me know if you actually come to Lexington, and I'll treat you to a night out. If the wife's with you, I'll grab mine and we'll go.
The accent that you hear, that funny accent you hear, it's actually Spanish?
Yeah,
and those are Mexicans cooking your sushi?
That's what I was going to say. Everybody knows that every fucking sushi restaurant in the United States actually doesn't function without good Mexicans. Travis Newton, I got the best email ever. Box of American Badassery shipped to you. Order 145167. Thanks for the podcast and the awesome gear. Travis Newton, right on, man. Travis Newton again says we need a podcast on buying a car. I think
really, what he should do, he shouldn't do a podcast on buying a car.
We should just go buy a car.
That would be cool too, is to have him go buy a car. But the reality is, what he should be doing is hiring his services to buy a car, or just to buy cars. If you give me 3% of what you save or whatever, right. Let him fucking go buy the car.
Yeah. Damn it, John. I'm 10 podcasts behind and had to jump to this one just so I didn't miss out. Laugh out loud. I'm going to listen to the rest. It sucks because I had questions that I hope got answered. Haha, I'll have to go listen and see. I was the one asking about the young knife maker that started great, but started skimming customers and sometimes just not sending a knife that was paid for, apparently. Not sure. That's why I'm asking. I don't believe that to be the guy you thought it was. I don't think there's any possibility of it being him whatsoever. It could be several other people, but it is not that kid. Not sure. That's why I'm asking. Laugh out loud. Also, I'm the blacksmith, bladesmith who would love to make you something, John or Skully, or fuck everybody there. If you wanted, that is, let me know, y'all. Thanks for these, John and Skully. Hopefully 100 isn't the end. I'll be able to catch up. If so,
I want a tomahawk. I want a tomahawk, so go ahead and hammer that
Jeff
out.
wants a tomahawk. I'll take whatever you make, man. I'll fucking put it in my collection upstairs for sure. And I can tell you 100% that Jacob Herman would like anything handcrafted like that. Jacob really appreciates that stuff. Like if you founded the metal and pounded it out and fucking built that in a forge, Jacob truly would appreciate that. I have knives that are, I don't know, I probably have $10,000 knives. I think.
Oh yeah, you have to. If you got any mixed stuff,
but to take and actually make the metal, like my $10,000 knives, Mick made that shit. Like made the Damascus, hammer forge, the whole deal.
Folded the metal right there in the shop.
Yeah.
Did all that
so like that's a whole nother level of craftsmanship. It's like Jacob was saying on the video that I think it went live today, maybe the video we shot in the garage the other night. He's like, you know, yeah, they're knife makers, but they didn't like make the knife. You know, there's a lot of that shit. CNC, laser jet. Like you're a button pusher. Could I do it? No, I couldn't do it. But I could teach. Like Cody could do it. If once you write a program, the dude that writes the program is usually not the dude that stands there and pushes that button in the middle of the night. So to do what you're doing, that's very neat, Josh. And you should post in one of our things, post a link to your Facebook and social media, and then you know, we'll post it out. We'll take a look at what you're doing. All the best war movies have Clint Eastwood in them. Where Eagles Dare, Kelly's Heroes, The Longest Day is also awesome, but you cannot top The Dirty Dozen or The Great Escape.
Man, I do not. The Dirty Dozen. I'm just thinking of those movies. And Dirty Dozen or The Great Escape. I don't remember Clint Eastwood, but you know what?
It'd be 12.
Charles Bronson.
Weren't those black and white?
I think it was Charles Bronson and Clint Eastwood.
Maybe it was just a black and white television I was watching them on.
Yeah.
Damn.
I definitely don't remember him in The Great Escape.
To think we were one garage sale away from not having that nasty Worcestershire sauce. And what kind of psycho sells that shit at a garage sale?
Oh man, you can find anything at a good garage sale.
YouTube channel Tin Hat Ranch has visit to a Minuteman missile silo on his site. Really interesting. Ed Hubble, what up? I know you got them blue handle bags. We actually made those because of you. My 2018 F-150 work truck rear seat underside holds Velcro. I keep the shotgun cards and mag cards there. Works great. Brandon Graham says, Skully, what AR-10 do you like?
What AR-10 do I like?
I hear the ocean when you do that.
Do you? Because that's what I hear when I do it. I hear the ocean. I hear seagulls. It could be a spider in there just nesting, but I think I hear seagulls. What AR-10 do I like? Like I said, I really like the SIG gun. I like that platform. I've got an LBR. Is that right? I got an LBR and I got a couple other ones, and I go to the fucking SIG one more than I take the SIG out more than I take any of those other rifles out.
What's the difference between a weapons platform and a weapons system?
Well, a system would include everything. A platform would just be the weapon.
So a system would be like the Pelican case.
System would be like what you see the SEALs with when they open their Pelican case and they got like 10 upper receivers and 14 different pistol grips and 9 different optics. That's a system. When you open a Marine Corps Pelican case and you just see a stripped down rifle with nothing on it, that's a platform.
What's a weapon system platform?
That would be when the Marine Corps put the scope on there.
Except Bin Laden didn't do shit unless he was part of the demo team that wired the number 3 tower.
Yeah, Bin Laden.
Thanks, guys. Another awesome podcast. As we count down to the end, I just wanted to say I've loved every minute. I feel like this particular one went up late. Like, this is a fresh one here, but they're commenting some really weird shit right now. Liberty Chick. No, it's not the end. Go to the website and listen to the podcast there. They have new ones, just not on YouTube.
Not on YouTube? Why?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. I feel like this is out of sequence somehow. This is the one from today. Drew Slosher. Man, Pierre was funny, Skully. Hold off on that head bag for now. John definitely does not need a catapult somehow. I just know my dumbass would end up in it somehow. Keep up the great work.
Every time I'm about to call the control team in, just every time I'm about to, Pierre will say something and I'll be like,
redeemed.
All right, hold on. We're just gonna back off. He will say something that keeps him from getting the chair. Yeah, keeps him alive.
What up, Professor? Just got my last order. Order sling and Easter mystery bag and free gift. This is my first time seeing Multicam Black in person. It is badass. The only mystery with the mystery bad is how the fuck you got cat print fabric. I busted out laughing when I opened the bag. I love the sling, thanks. Today at work, I was told by the end of the year I will be replaced by a robot. I told them we will see. I work for a guitar manufacturer. A few guys in the department are worried about getting phased out by robots. They would rather spend $500,000 on a robot just to see if it'll work than to train a new employee. I guess we will see what happens. Thanks for the great gear and podcast. Have a good one, guys.
I mean, we're always one day away from the last buggy whip, but just be really good at what you do. I mean, be really good at what you do. Eventually we're all going to get replaced by machines, but
we're having that problem here.
The question is, in our lifetime?
We're having that problem here. We got 20-some people on payroll. We had 5 people not here today. Like, we had a girl fucking just get up 2 hours early and just leave. And they're like, where are you going? She's like, I can't mentally do this. You're quitting? No. I'm just going crazy. I'm like, well, there's the door. Well, not here. I'm just going crazy everywhere. I'm like, look, you owe me $800 that we haven't even fucking spoken about. Why don't you sit down and just fucking work? I can't. I'm losing it. That's why I would take a robot, because I can get rid of. It's not about. We will keep the good people. If we got to the point where we never sewed, we would still keep the ladies that are here on the floor. We would pay them to come to work and watch fucking movies if it got to that point.
How much of the product line, like, first off, for those of you who don't know, there are way too many SKUs. We make way too much shit. John has created so much fucking bag shenanigans that we have way too many SKUs. But how many, with current technology, because, you know, we're always talking about Carhartt, and they're just button pushers.
Yeah.
With current technology, let's say we had $1 million to buy machines. I wonder how many SKUs we would still have to have somebody sew.
The problem is, let's say we shut the line down. Let's say everybody works on the same thing.
Well, I get why we can't do that.
Because we don't have people that can fucking do it.
I'm just saying, like,
we have 3 people that do literally 70% of the work. The other 10 motherfuckers, like, we have girls on the floor that have been on the floor 6 months right now, and sewing is sewing. Like, literally, like, everything that has a zipper, the zipper gets put on the exact same way. The zipper gets put on upside down inward, and then it gets a second line, and then it gets folded and gets a hem. There's 3 lines of stitching in every zipper. We have girls that have put on 1,000 pieces of zipper, and all of a sudden will sew fucking, when you turn away, they'll sew 50 pieces upside down.
Yeah.
It's literally like they took fucking stupid pills. So if you can cut, it's not about you guys that are doing an awesome job. It's about not having to deal with the fucking assholes that don't do a good job. Because unfortunately, every company, you have a fucking handful of people literally making the company work. Like, we have 3 or 4 ladies on the floor that literally produce well over 50% of the work every fucking day. And today, they produce way over that because 4 motherfuckers just didn't come to work. No excuse, just bullshit. Just didn't fucking come to work. Like, it's literally to the point where I'll sit, like, I tell them, like, when I have these conversations with these fucking assholes, I'm like, don't think for 1 second I won't fucking sleep in that truck out there and take a nap a couple hours a night and do your fucking job. Because every time it comes to that, every single time I've had a conversation with one of those people, what I come to find is I can actually do everything they do in a day in like 2 hours, 3 hours. Like, you'll see people come and go, but you won't see a difference at the end of the day. To the customer will never know. My payroll will go down. I'll work in that capacity a little more each day, and then we don't have to deal with that fucking asshole anymore. And eventually, somebody comes through the door, and fucking you're like, where have you been all of our lives?
I'm just wondering, like our Mystery Ranch. Let's say Mystery Ranch as an example.
Yeah.
Are those backpacks made in the United States?
They are. He has a lot of videos of it.
Is it machines doing it, or is it people?
It's people. It's just-in-time manufacturing. He has a lot of like granola eating hippies, in there that would be into backpacking. And it's, well, I mean, like when you look at it,
yeah, no, I get it.
You're like,
I get it.
Yeah, that chick definitely fucking doesn't wear deodorant and smokes lots of weed. And they're working head to head. It definitely. We don't have the people here.
Yeah,
we need to find the kids coming out of high school or something, or get a program at the school, or get a work release program, or get with the fucking judge. We need to do something where we just bring them in and train them. But then you're back to a different type of business at that point.
You're almost at a point where you have to have like, which this may very well work. A point where you have to have a nonprofit that does job training, which is a completely separate building that is not producing product. I mean, can produce product, but the whole point is just to train them how to do the things, and then people get selected out of that to go to the next level.
Right.
You're almost at that point.
If we did it in a production line fashion, where we had 1,000 micro rigs, and you're sewing, the first lady does, sews it in half. The next lady puts the 2 pieces of Velcro. The next lady edge tapes it. If you did it in that manner, the problem is then we end up with 1,000 micro rigs, and people come to us because they can buy everything they need, or their whole fantasy, or whatever it is, right? They can buy their micro rig and their belt. They can buy all that shit together. We're not just selling micro rigs for fucking $2.
Yeah, well, that's like kind of the thing I was saying.
So then you're back to
all the SKUs we have.
Then you're back to distribution, middleman, fucking. You're back to
No, I get that. I get all that, because then you're back to once you start doing that, you're not fulfilling the SKUs, so you have more product that's waiting because you're trying to do So it's a hard nut to crack.
So, we do amazing shit with what we have for sure.
Yeah.
Like when we go to that other business model, your money is very constricted. You're fucking making like 4 fucking products through the year. Like you're running them in quarters.
I was just thinking, could you even have? I mean, are we even? I don't think in my head. I don't think with the kind of complication that a lot of our stuff has, that there's even a machine out there that could do. I mean, maybe toiletry bags.
Right.
But
there's not a machine
out there yet that can. But even
you just need
replace somebody.
You need common sense. It literally is like you have a girl come in and literally do toiletry bags today in green, and then tomorrow she can't sew them because they're pink. It's the same fucking thing, and you've made 8,000 of them. Like it's absolutely mind numbing. Like I don't get it at all.
Or the zipper will be upside down.
The 2 ironworker brothers families are receiving law representation. Thankfully, though, the International Brotherhood level company put it all on them. Can't question people who can't show. Thanks to their union, these families won't be left out to dry. Thanks, SOE and crew, for the awesome product. I don't know what the fuck we're talking about.
I don't either. I don't remember ever talking about iron workers.
I guess we will. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's back here. We need the decoder ring. That doesn't tell me. That doesn't tell the answer. Laugh out loud. Thanks, SOE and crew, and Merc Mechanic Pierre for all the time and videos.
Drink more Ovaltine. That's what your Dakota ring's going to say.
If you all want to see the Internet Commandos lose their mind, go read the comment section on the video Why Navy SEALs Hate the Scar 17. That is a Vigilance Elite video. On a side note, John, I used toothpaste and soft brush to clean my SOE belt. I got it shitty and dirt ground in, clawing under a house.
Toothpaste?
I wouldn't think toothpaste.
Yeah,
That wouldn't have been my choice.
But
man, I hope you boys keep making these videos. It's simply rational in a world gone mad. Brandon Sweeney, SOE Katanica Strider collaboration. I've got a semi, just thinking about it. Keep doing a real.
Is it going to be
real big, John? You the man.
We'll be ready for Blade Show?
Ours isn't. Fucking, I don't even know what we're doing.
Oh.
our part's not.
How about a bag that holds shorts? It's shaped just like a pair of shorts.
How about it? What if we made a thing that was like this, but did this and had a zipper, and you could put a knife in it?
That'd be kind of cool.
We could call it like a zipper knife pouch or something.
Something like that. Something like a zipper.
So, because of the podcast and the MeWe, I have placed 9 orders. Just keep sucking down the kids' tuition money.
They'll be better if they don't go to school.
I love the gear. And think about how many people are going to school. Think about how many people go to school and go to school and go to school. And you have 35 fucking year old people who have never worked in a career field that they have fucking invested literally half of their life to go into. They don't even know if they like that. And by the time they're there, you don't even know if that's going to be a fucking job anymore.
There's all kinds of all kinds of places where you can get actual free college courses online. The only thing accredited school does is give you a piece of paper. The only reason why that piece of paper is good is because people who went to that school will go, "Oh, he went to blah 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 school, so he must be just like me." They don't go, "What was your math score?" Nobody does that. So you can get the same education without spending the money. I actually knew a fucking weirdo when I was at my first job. He was like 34 years old. I thought he was old as dirt. But he was going to San Diego State.
Just auditing classes.
And just sitting in classes. He'd do the whole curriculum. And I'm like, "You can do that?" He goes, "Yeah, the campuses are open. You can go do that." And I go, "But what do you get in the end?" He's like, "Nothing. Just an education."
Knowledge and lots of pussy.
Knowledge. I got the education. This guy wasn't getting any pussy there.
San Diego State University was the hottest party campus there was.
But he wasn't getting no pussy there. And then, I saw him after I joined the Marine Corps. And I'm like, "What are you doing now?" He's like, "I'm a teacher." I go, "You're a teacher? Did you finish school?" He goes, "No, I just went and took the test. I clept out." So you can, there's lots of ways to get an education that doesn't require lining the pockets of fucking bureaucrats.
I love the gear and the stories. My dad was a Marine during Vietnam era, enlisted in the Corps to not be an Army grunt. Was high rifle and pistol in his class. He never deployed because he was in computer shit. They had computers in Vietnam.
I bet they were big.
Looked into helicopters, but it was like a 6-year deal. Flight school, planes, and then heli. So, fuck that. Be one of the few, the proud, right? He refuses to say he is a Vietnam vet because he was stateside the whole time. Also, he was an anchor leg on the 4x100 record-holding team back in his day at MCRD. I think 68, maybe 69. I don't remember ever hearing my dad refer to himself as a Vietnam veteran. I don't remember ever hearing him say that.
When you think about it, just because of the climate that everybody came back to, really saying you're a Vietnam veteran is kind of an 80s thing. People weren't saying that back in the 70s and 60s.
Talked about a black swimming instructor who wouldn't let the white guys near the black guys in the pool because then black dudes would drown the white guys because the black guys can't swim. Guessing they can't teach that way today. John, I sent you a pic of my daughter with her new purple backpack and her dog leash and the leash and collar to the MeWe. If you look at the bubble that looks like a cartoon talk, which is for the chat, you might find it. Don't stop the pod. Work safe and make badass shit. Thanks, Aaron Payne.
Aaron Payne.
Aaron Payne. Thank you, man. I hope she likes all that purple stuff, man. Eric Sco. I'm sure I'm slaying your name, man. John, one of the last Facebook Live feeds I was on, you were talking about some guy who was dissing SOE for being overpriced. Here is what I think. SOE products are expensive compared to what you can get elsewhere. I wouldn't know. Like, we might be expensive compared to Walmart product. For, like, does Walmart still have tactical gear? They used to carry Blackhawk and then some other bullshit. But, like, when you compare us to certain Chinese and Korean Singapore companies, right, that are big in the market, that are making identical shit to what we make, that started building it years after we started making the same thing, so you could say that it's a copy of what we make, but they charge more than we charge for it. Like, I see stuff pop up on Facebook and with, like, on Instagram. If you look at a lot of my posts, it'll have a little bubble you can push, and it'll take you straight to buy it on the website from us. I see that on their pages, and when I look, I'm like, man, that's the exact same thing we're building, whatever it is. And I'm like, these motherfuckers are getting more. That just means we need to raise our fucking prices if they're getting money. If they're getting that money for what we make.
And if you think anything we do is expensive, fucking go buy a magazine pouch from Cry.
Yeah. Or Eagle, for that matter. Any of that kit. I really enjoy and appreciate all of the social media and podcast content you put out. Your YouTube content is what got me to place my first order a couple of years ago. The Typhon Red Thread is what got me hooked. I'm quite happy to pay a premium price for a premium product as a way to show loyalty and support for what you and your crew do. Dude, thank you, man. Just stay a part of what we're doing. Whether you give us money or not, send us a friend, send us somebody. Even if they don't buy anything, just if you get something from what we're saying, whether it be entertainment, education, whatever it is, if something sticks in your head in one of these, note the time at which we said it, and just send it to your buddy and go, hey, skip to minute 15 or skip to minute 20. And just send us another listener, man. What up, guys? Ready for the Attorney General report? I am. Popcorn time.
I think we're going to be disappointed just like the left was disappointed in the Mueller report. I mean, the AG report's going to come out and they're going to be like, oh, by the way, the FBI used clandestine means against a future candidate of the presidency of the United States, and everybody's just going to be like, oh, okay. There's nobody shaking the trees up there.
My last two SOE orders were each less than 16 hours from order to shipped. Thanks, guys. 80% of what we're doing right now is shipping same or next day. We have, right now, we walked in here to start doing this podcast at 5 o'clock. I've been kind of walking around the shop for the last 2 hours. Shipping's done. Emails are done. Like, all the product we could ship today, it's gone. Like, it's not even in the building in bags. It's at the post office. There is not a single box out there that can be shipped at this point right now until more work comes through. Well, the boys are out there right now. We just got some multicam black backpacks, so there'll be a few. Cool channel. Keep the good work, fam. Norwal music. Normal music. And that's it, man. This is these podcasts are getting shorter and shorter. This is what we were talking about. Like, you guys have fizzled out. This podcast was not even 42 minutes long.
That was short. And we did a little rant there on sewing machines or robots.
Robots.
What kind of robots we could use I was actually in my head, I was thinking, man, there's not really a robot. I don't really see a machine, which I haven't been in Carhartt, which I probably should go and fucking sneak around. There's not really a machine. So I was thinking it's going to be, we'll have robots that are people robots, just that actually sit there and actually do the machine just like it was.
It's assemblies, man. It's about, so when you look at Proper, the uniform company, right?
Yeah.
They do pod manufacturing. So what they have is they've got one dude and he has 7 or 8 sewing machines. And each machine does a different piece. So on his piece of the clothing, he's on this machine, whatever. And then he goes to this machine. And he literally walks in a square. And then he puts it out and it goes to the next fucking area. Yeah. And that's what they're doing. So, like, all those uniforms in there, like, you would think proper, right? Big company, lots of uniforms. They have very few fucking employees because the employee runs 8 different sewing machines.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see that.
Yeah.
See how that.
Because then you could take your better people and give them more task, which they would fucking thrive on, if anything, and you could pay them higher wages and get rid of the fucking like. That's our biggest thing. Like, motherfuckers don't come to work. I had to take my husband here. I had to take my husband there. I had to take whatever. Your husband doesn't have a job. Like, you literally, half of our employees, we have a lady that works here who has a fucking grown fucking man for a kid. She came to me 5-6 years ago in tears that the bank was taking her son's trailer. I didn't need him. I didn't want him. I always thought he was a fucking cunt. We gave him a job. He came in late. He came in that day at like noon and worked from noon to 5 o'clock. We worked till 8, 9 o'clock. His mom worked till fucking 7 o'clock. His ass skated right out at 5 o'clock. The next day he showed up and worked. And I mean, we gave him the easiest shit there was. It was tracing rectangles, square, and cutting them out. So if you make them all lined up and touch, you only cut 2 pieces in 2 pieces. It's 2 cuts to release each rectangle. That motherfucker only cut 30 of them the whole time he worked for us, both days.
What was he doing, Docs?
Large back panels for tear-off med pouches, 550 ACU. He cut like 30 pieces of material the whole fucking 2 days he worked for me. He went home at lunch, or left at lunch to go to lunch, and never came back. And had his mom tell me that he just couldn't bear it. It hurt his feet too bad. Motherfucker, you're standing on fucking 2.5-inch foam cushion mats. That dude, the bank came and they kicked him out of his trailer. To this day, he still lives with his mom. Leaves the fucking pot boiling on the stove. She comes home and he has almost burnt the house down 6 times. The water heater fell through the floor because it was leaking. Fell through the floor.
I thought the best one, though, is when they came here. So she does woodworking on the side, and we just happen to have all this, some really pristine, not pristine, but
old wood.
Old, really good wood.
Had been in a warehouse for fucking decades.
That had been brought here, and we had a ton of it. And she asked John if she could take some, and John's like, you can have all you want. Well, she gets her 2 boys to come help her because she's going to take some, and they're fucking long, and heavy pieces.
One's a worker. Like, one of them, fucking solid dude. Like, his wife worked for us for years. I would hire her back in a fucking heartbeat. The other one, he must have had a different daddy.
So she's backed up. She's ready to pick up wood. The first boy shows up, and he parks his truck nowhere near where the wood is at.
And she's got an SUV. Yeah. She ain't even in a truck.
The second boy shows up, and this old lady, because she is old, is out there loading this wood. And these two have this conversation. The first boy's like, "Hey, you got any oil?" Second boy's like, "No, I don't have any oil." And he goes, "What do you need oil for?" He goes, "I don't have any oil in my truck." And he goes, "Oh, your oil's low?" And he goes, "No, I have no oil in my truck." And he's like, "What do you mean no oil?" He's like, there's no oil in it. It's empty. There's no oil. He drove that truck here, and he was assuming somebody else was going to have. One of the girls gave that dude oil, so he would have oil in his truck. So the whole time they're fucking around with his truck.
Mom is loaded.
Mom is out there already loaded up, ready to go.
I mean, she's got a cordless circular saw. She's got 12-foot pieces of fucking shelving and shit she's cutting up.
Yeah, just, you know what? Please, just don't be useless. Do not be useless.
And she still works. She has been with us for 10 years. She's 70? I don't know.
God, she's old. Old.
She works 4 days a week now. But that dude's he's a fucking, and we have had 100 of those.
She was a correction officer
at a state prison.
At a state prison, the actual prison where the Green Mile is, and she was there when John Coffey was electrocuted. That's how old she is. She is that old.
I don't even know who John Coffey is.
Green Mile.
Yeah. The big black guy?
His name was John Coffey.
Oh.
Coffee, like the drink, but not spelled the same.
Right. Weird.
Yeah, that's how old she is. She's old.
I'm gonna bury her on the hill.
Yeah. Well, you know, we should probably just, you know what you need to do? Because this is what they used to do in the old times when people got about that age.
Sign everything over to the corporation.
Well, sign everything over the corporation,
store.
but have her write up her gravestone, how she wants it. And then we can have the stone made before she passes so she can approve it and make sure everything's good to go.
Her fucking shitbag kid will expect us to... He'll be coming to borrow gas money from us.
Yeah,
it's insane, man. We have literally, I have a book's worth. That's what we should write a book on. Just the crazy, silly day-to-day bullshit. Like, no, but you can't fathom it. If you'd have told me, even like, if you'd have scraped the surface, I'd be like, there is no fucking way. You are so full of shit. It's you know what it is? It's white folks. Reverse racism.
Well, it's not all white folks, because we did have
Cat Dog.
We did have Cat Dog here. He was pretty crazy.
We had a black gay man, giant black gay man, who wore a wig and would come in drag. Sometimes he would come to work as a female. Like, I don't care what you like to put in your mouth. I don't care how you want to dress. As long as you come in here dressed, I don't even care if you're dressed tastefully. I don't care. You got a titty out? I don't give a shit. Don't wear perfume that I can taste at a distance or burn my eyes.
That's appreciated.
Don't fucking come in like leaking any fluids. Although there is some blood out there. I don't know where that came from.
Yeah, I don't know where that came from either.
Don't come in leaking any fluids.
And keep your circus cockroaches at home.
Yeah, fucking.
Don't bring your circus cockroaches.
Yeah, we've seen some bugs come off some motherfuckers. I don't care other than that. Like, show up to work, and I will pay you. And when you perform more, I will pay you more. Like, we give raises to people. Like, we have never given a raise to a person that's asked for a raise. But we have given fucking hundreds of raises without, like, they don't know they're even. It just fucking boom, here's a raise. Boom, here's a raise. Like, just perform. I don't know, man.
I don't get it either, but it's just where we're at. That's all.
Yeah, people are like, what are you gonna do? I'm gonna keep doing what we do.
Yeah, it's just where we're at.
We're gonna keep doing what we do. All right, guys, have a good weekend. Check your emails because we send one.
Later, haters.
So,
what's that? Wait a minute. What's that thing? What's that thing? We're not done yet. What's that thing at the bottom of the page that you click?
Amazon.
Amazon.
Click the Amazon link. It'll take you to Amazon. It gives us a little percentage of your sales. If you can't afford to do business with us, or if you can and you just like supporting us and you want to see us do more of what we're doing, that is a way at no cost to you to help support us to continue doing stuff. It's Amazon. It gives us a little kickback of what you buy from Amazon. We don't know who bought what. It just gives us a little percentage. It doesn't cost you any more. It's on the website. Just click that Amazon. It'll take you straight to Amazon. Anything you buy, we get a piece of. That's it.
That's it. That's it.